Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Watch Collective 2 podcast. I'm Ahmed Gaudat, your host and one of Watch Collective 2. And today I have a very special guest, a collector actually, that we have got acquainted on very unusual circumstances, which was as well watch related. So Julian, welcome.
Hi, Ahmed. I'm very pleased to be here. And as you said, I'm a crazy collector as you, so I'm very happy to be part of your plan.
Thanks for accepting the invite. I'm really honored to have you today. And I think we should start with a quick intro about yourself and followed by a quick brief on the story of how did we meet, actually. This is very important for us.
Okay. So my name is Julian Perillat. I'm half French and half Belgium. I grew up in Africa with my parents, actually, and I was making a lot of traveling back to Europe during the holidays. And as my family was living really close by Geneva, in the French border, I was inspired by the horlogerie marketing from my 4th and 5th years old. So I was really into the marketing of watches all the time. So
you started really early, right?
Really early. I didn't have choice, actually. So this is it. After I was working for a while in Geneva, and now here I am, just arrived freshly in Dubai.
It's been 1 month now, almost 1 month.
2 months now already.
Yeah, I hope you're...
But I'm a really newbie in Dubai.
I hope you're enjoying Dubai, and maybe you touch base on how both of us met. This is... extremely important.
Yeah. So I just arrived in Dubai for the Dubai Watch Week. So I was so excited of this week because, of course, it's like Watch and Wonders, Geneva Watch Days. You meet all the people of the watch industry, all the stars, all the collectors. You see watches all the time. So you're getting so
excited,
happy, so excited that you're losing your mind. And that's what happened. I went to the toilet because I couldn't handle more of Coca-Cola water all day long, you know. I went out of the toilet. Finally, I could reach my wife to call to say everything is good. I didn't call you for 8 hours, but no worries, I'm fine. And then a guy jumped on me, a friend of yours.
Yeah, which wasn't me anyway. So
yeah. He said, dude, you have a crazy piece here. Can you come with me? I have to show it to my friend because it's crazy. Whatever. I will tell you after the
Which is me.
Watch. Yeah. And then I arrived and I saw you. And then we met. We talked 10 minutes about watches.
It was actually more. Can you believe so?
Really?
Yeah. Because I've done like the timeline when you called later. It was like something around 25 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we did. We had this discussion, but I was quite in a hurry because I was invited by Moser to have a very nice dinner. So I had to leave. So I rushed. I left. I arrived to Moser dinner. I opened my bag and I lost my wrist roll, like with all my Mosers.
Yeah,
and
four watches. It was four watches.
4 watches, yeah. So 1 Marie, 1 Daytona white gold, and the 2 Moser.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I've been here for 1 week. I know it's safe, but for sure they know it and it's gone forever. So I was starting to be so stressed. So I started to send messages to everyone to say, does anyone saw my...
I just lost a small fortune here.
So it was over for me. All my story of Dubai, watches stuff, everything was gone because I was like, no way. So then I sent you a message. I said, can you help me? Because I didn't know you actually. So I said, maybe it's this guy who just took my wrist.
Yeah, most probably. I thought I thought that you doubted that we stole your watch, but we showed up. So
yeah, but I don't know. Imagine I meet an Emirati from here and an Egyptian. And 10 minutes after, I don't have my watches anymore, you know? So
yeah. These people are really, really, really professionals, you know?
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the very end, it was recovered, and that's the good part about it.
I just forget it because I was excited. I forget it on the bench and we left and it was there. So.
But we tried to comfort you and tell you like Dubai is a safe place. I remember I told you like 99% it's there and we're gonna find it, right? the other 1%, it's like gonna be bad luck. But thankfully, it didn't hit the 1%. But I remember that day that I told you, I mean, you're not gonna be picking my calls once again if I called you because I brought bad luck. And on the other hand, we have a story to tell. So yeah, I mean, it's a in the first 30 minutes, man, we had our own special watch-related story, which is extremely good. But I mean, great. One thing I wanted to ask you before we start the collecting talk and who's Julian the collector and all of these things, but you have your own, you founded your own club in Switzerland, am I right?
Yeah, so co-founded with a group of friends in Switzerland, because the story was that when I was in Switzerland, I had my watches, and my colleagues of work, my family, they didn't give a damn about watches, you know. So I was there like hoping to find some people.
Feeling like an orphan alone.
Yeah, but an orphan in a crazy jungle, because as you know, when you walk in the streets of Geneva, you see watches everywhere, like really crazy watches. So I was, how can we reach all these people and to make like fun events that they are not like marketing events, you know. So first we went to events I went to events
alone before the club is founded,
from brands. And there, obviously, you met all the people crazy about watches. And then you start to contact one, then the other, then the other. And then my idea with one of them, that is Pilgrims, I will show it on Instagram. We said, you know what? We're going to create a little group. Like, there is no money, there is no marketing, there is nothing. It's just
no monetization, nothing. It's only for enthusiasts.
Yeah,
and like
exactly. And we're going to find other friends, and we're going to get a group, because Geneva, as it's very small, it's very easy to create small events in a restaurant, in a bar, or to reserve something, you know. So that's it. It started like this, and then
it started how many people? You and how many?
2, then 3, then 10H10 went directly, so we were 3. Then Appa Watch 4, then another one, then we were 6, and with the 6 we were creating everything. So one was specialized more with the PR, one with the design of the logo and stuff, one with the contacts he has with his work, etc., etc. So we all had our
to start a proper club.
Yeah.
And now how many members do you have?
It's hard to say, because now we have a WhatsApp group where we are all there. We are like 60 people, I think.
Oh, wow.
But I think we are more because there are people we don't put in the group of WhatsApp.
And they join the events and like outings and all of these things.
Yeah. And there are more and more women. And the wives or other women also, they get in. So when we have an aperitivo, when we have dinner, whatever, it's like everyone is welcome, and we have a lot of fun, actually.
That's great. That's amazing. And so since you moved here, how this club is being ran?
So they are making very well. Me, I'm just following now because I'm not there anymore. I was the one living in the center of Geneva, between the train station and the lake. So I was asking more to have drinks and stuff for after works. That was the cool stuff, because sometimes we didn't have to organize. You say just after work, who is available? We are 4, and we have drink and dinner, and we are watches lovers. So that's perfect. And in Geneva, you have the Breitling restaurant, you have the FP Jaune restaurant. So everything is so easy there with the watches.
And everything is watch branded as well. So
exactly.
It's extremely hard for everyone.
Yeah. When you open your eyes, wherever you are, it's written a brand or something.
Exactly.
So now I'm stepping a bit out because I'm too far. But my idea is to do more or less the same here.
Let me ask you, how did you start collecting watches? When did you grow that passion? I know you mentioned since you were very young, it was in front
very
of
young.
you, but
so my godfather was Italian, living in Geneva, actually. He had a big collection of watches. So I was seeing them quite a lot, quite often during holidays. And for my 18th birthday, he offered me my first watch. That is a DPW. It's unknown because
which is this one.
This one, exactly. because the brand disappears. It's from Italy, and they did it for specific occasions for the army and for Ferrari. And this one was made for a specific model of Ferrari, the 308 GTS. It was a basic model with a standard chrono. And they were putting the logo of the brand of Italy that was asking. So it was the military, air army, or like Ferrari, or I think there was also something else with the marine or something.
I bumped into one DPW previously, and it was having something military on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's an arrow. So this was it. And my first watch that I loved a lot, it was in 2007, actually. I was quite young. It was Swatch automatic skeleton.
Oh my God. That was before this one.
Yeah. So now I remember. So with this watch and this watch, I was starting collecting because I had two watches.
How old were you?
In 2007, I was 15, 16, 17 years old, something like this. It was a present from my parents because they knew I liked watches and they didn't want to spend a lot of money. So automatic Swatch automatic skeleton. Where do you see the balancier? You see everything. It was perfect. Actually, I checked before coming here, and they are around 200 euros.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So
for a Swatch,
for back in the time.
It's.
So, but I will get I will get one because it was my first automatic watch. So it's cool.
And then you started from there.
There. So then I was seeing a lot of watches with the football players, with everything. And I was like, Hublot, Panerai.
Don't mention Hublot in front of me, please.
Yeah, I know.
Me and Nico.
But I was 17, 18 years old, So for me, actually, not a big Hublot, but I will tell you the story about Hublot because I went to Vegas one day and I said, I hate Hublot. It's too ostentatoire, it's too bling bling. Mm-hmm. It's only for it's for noble-ish.
Yeah,
exactly. And the guy told me very easily, please have a seat. I will just give me 1 second. I give you one model, and after, if you tell me it's still bling bling, okay. So he showed me a 42 millimeter classic fusion titanium,
the ultra thin, skeletonized.
Exactly.
I mean, this watch is not bad.
It was very good,
but it's still a Blanc.
It's still a Blanc. So I didn't buy it, but I told him it's true that this is a very nice model. So there was this, the Mille Miglia Chopin that I liked a lot, the Monza Tageuer, and all the Panerais. All the Panerai, I was really crazy about the models. So that was my idea. I say I have 5-6 years to do some economy, and I will get one of these watches. So then I was starting to think, and I said, look, I will go for Panerai because I have so many models I like. So I bought my first Panerai when I was 26 or 27 years old.
Okay.
Which was not this.
Yeah, it was not this one.
It was, so it was too expensive Panerai for me at this moment.
Which one?
So I bought the Submersible steel 42 millimeters.
Okay.
That was perfect.
I think I know it.
It's a very good.
I'll be honest with you.
Strong watch.
I've never been a fan of Panerai at all because it's too bulky. I don't like the crown guard, although it's a signature for them. And for me, when I wear it, I put it on. It doesn't feel right, except for one watch, the Redumer, in 40 mm. So it with the fixed lugs and. It's very, very, very classic and very, very sleek, and it doesn't wear like a Panerai. So this is why I like it.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
It needs a big wrist and different physique, but yeah. So back to the point, it started with the DPW, and then along with this watch, of course, and then you got the Panerai. You still have this Panerai, right?
No. So this Panerai, I sold it actually because I bought it in the airport in London because it was a good discount on it. So I bought it. And one day in Geneva, I was just arriving in Geneva and I was, my address was still in France before coming to Geneva. And one day, the police stopped me at the border And they started to say, "Oh, you have a beautiful watch," and stuff. You know about watches and stuff. I was so happy to show my Panerai, and yeah, it's nice. Can I see it? Okay. Now we're going to check if it's a real one, if it's not stolen and stuff. I was like, "What? Okay, you can check everything. I'm good." And then obviously they asked me, and what about the taxes and stuff? And I didn't know anything about that. I said, I don't know, I'm 100% clear. I bought it. Yeah, tax-free in London.
Oh my God.
He was like this, say yes.
Exactly, yeah.
So I had to pay like a very bad...
oh my God.
A very bad price for this watch because I did the fiscal evasion of a watch, like stupid stuff. So I was so pissed off with this story that I sold it to buy a better model actually. So I bought the same but in Carbotech.
Yeah, I love this model and
why I bought it because actually I'm doing free diving. And I love to do cliff diving, free diving, all the stuff with the water, and quite sporty.
And I think this is one of the few dive watches that you can actually.
It's the only one that I
dive with it.
Yeah, I can be at 15 meters. I just throw it in the ocean. It goes 15 meters down, and I jump, I pick it up, and I do like nice and funny video with it. I would never do this with
another dive watch anyway. Either I don't think so. But
in the same time also now I remember, but I was really in love with the design when I was young of Bell & Ross. So I also bought just before the first Panerai, I bought a Bell & Ross, the square one.
The square one, the classic
9203
signature.
Yeah. So it was perfect because it was following me for my studies and stuff. But after when I started to be more into watches, I was like, okay, Bell & Ross, maybe it's not, I'm going to change. So I sold it in the same time as the Submersible. And these two watches are the only one I sold because after I was really careful about what I was buying.
And keep in mind also, Bell & Ross for me, it wears similar to the whole Panerai thing. I was only once, I was about to buy a Bell & Ross, and I know if you know this watch or not, but it's called the Laughing Skull. You know? So
I know.
What I love about this watch is that you when you wind it, the skull starts like laughing because the jaw is connected to the winder. And I almost bought it, man, almost. And the other one that I like it like a little bit, I wouldn't buy it, but I like it, the radar one, the one. This is
the
like
red
sexy.
and black.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. Which watch next should we move to? So,
well, after if we look chronologically, then it was 2019, I think. Then I was starting to be well in place in Geneva, and I was like, okay, now I want to move on. And so what I did, I really wanted one Rolex, actually. That was the Pepsi, the GMT Master 2 Bell & Row. Why? Because, as I said, my godfather had
a wide collection.
And this collection actually was...
It had a Pepsi in it, huh?
Yeah.
So this is why you're relating.
Well, he had a lot of Rolexes, actually, a lot of Daytonas and GMTs. And he told me one day, grandson, it will be for you. And unfortunately, one day he got robbed and everything disappeared. So, and a couple of years after he died, RIP. So I said for him and for his collection and to remind him and everything.
For the sake, he was the reason as well.
Yeah, I said I want really this Pepsi because the Daytona I was less crazy about it. So I said I want a Pepsi. And I sold my story like this to Rolex and I didn't wait. Actually, they gave it to me.
Oh, when was that? 2019?
2019.
The list was starting to build up on the Pepsi, I believe.
Yeah.
And you have it in Jubilee as well. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah. So then with this watch, it's the one I wear the most, actually. I did really, really crazy stuff with this. You don't want to know. It ended up, you don't know how, but in exhaust system of racing cars. It opened beers. It opened
Oh my God.
It went, well, the day after I received it, we had holidays in Formentera, in the Baleares. And I went directly to the sea with it and taking picture in the sand and everything. And all my friends, they were like, "You're crazy."
Yeah, the most abused Pepsi on the planet.
Yeah, because usually they unfortunately finish in the safe, but it's a very, very cool watch. So
Yeah, I mean, after all, you buy these watches to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people. I mean, I care about my watches. I mean, whatever the value is, even if it's the cheapest, the most expensive I have, I always like cherish the piece I have, right? But I wear it. If it got like one scratch or something, I really don't care. It's supposed to be worn and torn somehow. But yeah, it looks like that was a hardcore abuse, man.
yeah, well, me, I'm very calm and I'm very gentle with my watches. But when I'm talking about sport or when I'm getting a bit too much excited, for cocktails, for example, well, I can guarantee you that all these watches here, they finish in cocktails. Even the uncrowned watches, even the chrono, whatever. So they don't really like me in the after service brands.
So yeah, and post the Pepsi, what was your next stop then?
So with the Pepsi, then I started to say, okay, now I'm looking. The more watches you get, the more your window open is. So I was like, okay.
And the higher the model, the higher the next watch is gonna be.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This is the problem.
So I was not thinking about it, but it was the Royal Oak. So I had two friends that were crazy about Royal Oak, and me not at all. I was saying, oh, everyone wants it. It's for now, but I don't know. It's not a crazy model. But one told me, you know what? Come with me to the shop and try it, like the jumbo one, you know. So I went there. They showed me the jumbo. I looked at it, and I literally said, well, dude, I'm sorry, salesperson you are, but
I don't like it.
It's not that I don't like it. It's so boring. There is nothing. There is not even a moving hand, you know. It's just nothing. The blue is okay, but it's not crazy. The bracelet is nice, but the watch, I'm sorry, I will never pay an amount like this for this watch. And on top of it, it's super bling bling. I mean, when you are wearing a Royal Oak, everyone knows it, you know?
Yeah, and this one is a signature Royal Oak as well. So out of multiple Royal Oaks, this one is going to be spot on.
So this guy was not bad, because then he told me, okay, I like you, actually. You're the only stupid guy I met in my life that is not asking for a jumbo or a three-hand Royal Oak. So he said, I will show you something. You will tell me if you like it or not. And he showed me three models. And in the three models, there were this one. And then on top of it, the 39 millimeters and all the 41 millimeters, they are too big for me. Like, I think it's too big. I don't like it. And I have a small wrist. And when I just put this watch on my wrist, then it was like seeing God.
So
like
this one is Royal Oak 38 chronograph.
Call it badly, I think, the Panda.
Yeah. But I mean, this is the only Royal Oak that I would actually buy for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, like above 38 for this watch, is not the matching with me. And I love the waffle dial in white and like the
sub dials in blue. It's the contrast is just perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The only stuff I'm a bit mad about this watch is that you don't see the movement, because the movement is
it's something.
It's a Frédéric Piguet. It's not a real 100% Audemars Piguet homemade. So this is the only stuff we can say about this watch. But for the rest, aesthetically, for me, it's the most beautiful watch of the collection, because it's really a piece of art.
But whoever, I always thought that the AP, I mean the Royal Oak specifically, it's an extremely overrated watch. But there is one thing regarding it. It's whoever loves it, they love it. They do not love anything else, especially the Royal Oak and then Nautilus as well. So a lot of people like Nautilus and that's it, you know. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the, I mean, the only model that I really like. Otherwise, I wouldn't think of a Royal Oak in my whole life, you know. Moving from the Royal Oak, what was your next?
So then after was COVID, and
Okay.
And during COVID, actually, I helped a friend to create and to develop his small company in Geneva. It's a very specific company, and we worked like hell. So I know all the world was in standby, but in Geneva, there was no
COVID, huh?
Well, there was a COVID.
But the economy was moving and everything was...
we could go out, we could go in the parks, etc. Of course, the bars, the restaurants were closed. But we could go outside. It was not like here or like elsewhere in Europe. And on top of it, we were working, you know, so I didn't have time to proceed with watches, whatever stuff. But as I was living very close by Bucherer in Geneva, I was going there quite often to see a bit all the models, to try, and you discover new brands also, thanks to a company like this. And one of my friends, so Appa Watch, had a Moser. And I heard about the Moser, and I saw on Instagram during COVID the second with the rubber, with the blue die. That's fantastic watch. And I was more and more thinking about Moser, like, it's quite cool because they do crazy dials.
Yeah.
They don't put the logo on it. It was very nice. So, and I knew Bouchard was selling it in Geneva. And so I tried a lot of models there. And there was one available that was the Vanta Black. So crazy story. The Vanta Black, first time to have so dark and so black dial. It was super cool.
I think Moser was the first to do the Vanta Black.
Yeah. And
so it was hyped as well.
Yeah, it was too. But I don't know. It was a lot of money, and I was a bit scared to get bored because it's a black dial.
Again, it's very experimental. It's not spending money on something classical that it's timeless, right? It's always scary to spend a lot of money on something which you might get bored out of it.
Yeah, you're not sure. So I said, I'm going to pass, but let's check what they have. Like similar. So I went on the website, and I saw the green mosaic. 50 limited pieces.
Which is the one on your wrist.
That I'm wearing, exactly. And it was crazy. So I asked everyone, I want this watch. It's not available. And my second friend from the group told me, but why you just don't call them? Call Moser and say, you want this watch? And you see what they will say, you know? Like, who the hell is going to call a watch, you know? Like, hello, Rolex.
I want one of the 50 pieces. Yeah.
So, well, I did it. And the secretary was super nice. Oh, yeah, what do you want? Okay. She was a bit lost, like, okay, who are you? Like, I'm no one. Let me pass you someone. So I talked to a guy, and the guy told me, no, we are selling most of our product through distributors. So why exactly do you want this watch specifically and stuff? So I explained. I said, well, the story with the Vanta Black, I want something more like, you know. And then that's all. They say, well, it will not be possible. I'm sorry and stuff. The day after they call me, they say, well, we have one of the last model that was available. We are going to send it to Asia. If you really want it, you got it. You got it. I was like, really? I've never seen the watch in real. And I was like, okay, what do I do? So I asked my friends of Horlo-Ge, and they told me, dude, you have to take it. That's the problem of this group also, because when you show whatever watch, what do you think? You have to take it. So
they're going to bankrupt anyone.
Yeah? Anyone. It's good for the market, but for us, no. But so I called them back, and I said, okay, I'm going to take the watch, but please, can I come with 4 of my friends and to have experience, to have the experience to get the watch from the manufacturer, because you have to know that Geneva, Schaffhausen, it's very far. It's like from one other side of Switzerland. It's 4.5, even a bit more hours of train. So we all took a day off, and Moser was so nice because all the team, they said, okay, take your day. You come, you will do the visit of the manufacturers in the morning. We have a lunch, and in the afternoon, little surprise and whatever, we'll see. It was just like 1 or 2 months after the end of COVID. So it was really, the first group to arrive there. So it was fantastic. So to see this little manufacturer, that they do a lot of stuff alone. They do the Spiro to get, the Spiro. So they do it for a lot of people. So it's super, super cool. And just to see all how it works, it was fantastic. We were able to see the new models, the streamliners, the etc.
I love the streamliner. Cool. For me, I love the streamliner, especially the smaller size, which is...
The new one is fantastic, the blue enamel.
I love it. But streamliner for me is something, and I know you own one there. But this
one is very special because I got it from Moser directly with my friends. So it has,
and it wasn't easy to get as well, and it's in very limited numbers.
Yeah, 50. I've never met anyone who has this watch actually. I met 2 people who has it in blue. Green, 15 blue and 15 green.
Yeah.
But fantastic watch.
Did you get the streamliner right after the Mosaic?
No, not right after. I think, right after, like 2 years, last year actually.
Okay.
But it was impossible to get, so I bought it secondhand. But this is because of the group, because everyone loved it, me too, but everyone was pushing, so I said, okay, I'm going to get it. One. There was a good opportunity with a guy who was selling it because he was a bit in trouble. He needed money, so I said, okay.
I still love it. I would still wear it. It's a nice watch, but if it's in smaller size, it's gonna be.
It's a fantastic watch. The design, it's perfect. It's true, it's a bit big. So now they released during Geneva Watch Days the new one that is a bit smaller with a fantastic blue enamel dial.
The other one is 38, right?
No, 39.
39.
But it looks really, really smaller, and on the wrist it fits perfectly.
And I was in love with the salmon dial one. And then suddenly a friend of mine was like, I was telling him, man, I would love to own one salmon streamliner. And he was like, no, check the green. And I checked the green. The green was as well very, very attractive. Both of the lines, what I like about the dial of Moser, the reaction to light, I mean, the reflection, and it's different than any other watch that has like a gradient coloring in any light ray. So it's pretty special, and I love this watch. So after the Mosers, what was your next stop?
Then I had the chance to meet through Atelier du Bracelet. So Atelier du Bracelet is the one. He was my neighbor in Geneva. Mm-hmm. And he was making and for all the group, all our straps. Thanks to him, I met Andrea Furlan from Furlan-Marie. So then I got to Furlan-Marie, and there is this one special that I like because it was a batch that I don't know how many people. It was a bit limited, but we were able to assemble the watch.
So it was an event or a workshop in which multiple people.
Exactly. So it was so there is this special site in Switzerland where you can buy very nice stuff with experience. And one day it was there because so Furlan-Marie told me, be careful, be aware, because we will do something with them. So I told our community, and we were 8 to do it. Boom. So it was perfect. So just to assemble the movement, and with him, it was super cool because you just put the movement in the case, the sapphire, the hands, the sapphire. So it's not crazy. It's not.
Yeah, but it's still assembly. So
it's still assembly. So
I mean, full assembly, case, dial, hands.
Yeah.
sapphire,
So it
and
was-
back case.
Yeah, I think it was 1 hour 30 or 2 hours, but with a drink, a lot of fun.
I know.
One of the guy
It's all about the experience, right?
pushed the hands too far.
And bent it.
So now the hour's hand is touching the dial all the time. It's like it's chaos total.
Till now, huh?
Yeah. So they are all unique because you are making it. You are closing it. So it's super cool. It was a very, very cool.
And it was only
super-
that model that day.
only that
right?
model, and only like I don't know how many, but it was very limited because you cannot do this for.
But that was that
everyone.
your first Fortnite?
No, it was not. No. The first one I bought, it was the Mecha Quartz, super easy.
Yeah.
And I bought this one. Why? Because I don't do advertising for him, not at all. But what I like is that this guy is really putting everything in his watches, all in the design. Even if some design they are looking like other brands from back in time, he's really putting a lot of efforts in the design.
Yeah, but they're not denying that they are being inspired from.
Yeah, in the sizes, everything is perfect, and the price is perfect. So when I have family or friends asking me, a bit watch, but what can I buy as a first watch? And then you say, okay, first, what is your budget? Because if you tell me 8K, okay. If you tell me 50K, okay. But the people are like, oh yes, I want to buy a very nice watch, but cannot put more than 400 euros,
Yeah.
400 francs. Like, okay, perfect. So let's go and let's see. And you have the PRX. You have many models that are very nice. And I think that Marie in the Mecha Quartz, it's very elegant. It's perfect,
Yeah,
for the price.
I know it looks even expensive. My only problem with the Mecha Quartz itself, I have something. I own a few Mecha Quartz. It's better than quartz. I'll be frank as well because of the sweeping second hand. It's smooth. It doesn't make you feel that it's pulsating like a quartz movement. But the thing is, when I think about it, why would people use Mecha Quartz when they can use a Seagull ST 1901 or whatever? So it's a mechanical. If you get a sapphire back case for it, it's beautiful. I mean, the movement is something. You know?
Yeah.
And now even what's emerging is the whole, they call it Honjo, I guess, movement, the one from Baltic with the micro rotor. I think this is game changer as well because it gives you like a little bit less than 9 millimeter automatic watch. And I got, you're not going to believe this. I'm going to show you this watch later on. But I got the cheapest watch in the whole planet with this movement. And it costs 650 dirhams. And the watch is looking amazing with Breguet numbers and like, after all, you buy what makes you happy. So
Exactly.
you don't really think about it. And one watch that I would like to comment on, because I have, again, a certain, let's say, belief regarding it. Regarding the GP, this one, what made you add it to your collection?
So it's very specific, this one. The Laureato is the one I liked for a long time because I had a friend who had the blue dye model and I liked it a lot. But
you never felt it's an AP?
Yeah, that's the problem. And I have to say that I have a big issue with AP at the moment with the after service of the watch. It was very complicated.
This one, you were servicing that one. Okay.
Yeah, I had a very, very bad experience with AP. And I said, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm going to just separate myself from this watch and to buy the Laureato that I like a lot, that is quite similar. And because I love the dial, it's very similar to white dial, etc., etc. So what did I do? I bought the Laureato, and I received offer from for the AP. That was the peak moment for watches. And then I was like, well, I was hesitating, I said, I cannot do that actually. Not for blacklisted or whatever, because I was so pissed off with the AP but for the watch itself. It's so beautiful. But I said, okay, I had to think, like, okay, what do I do? Do I get rid of it? But after I will hate myself and I will regret it 100%.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the watches that most of the people I saw selling, they always regret it.
Yeah. And me, really, I sold like 4 watches of my collection. One Tudor, the Panerai, the Bell & Ross, and another one. And all the time I'm losing money. I'm really not doing it for investment.
Any of these watches that you sold was actually a regret for you later on?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No. They were not. No, because I was upgrading them always. And this one, I cannot upgrade it, I think. Really, it's not possible. So I said, no. And finally, I didn't sell it. And I'm so happy I didn't, because I love it so much. And now it's true that I have both. They were too similar. So obviously, I like to change all the bracelet and the straps of the watches. So I asked a contact that was at Ulysse Nardin, because Ulysse Nardin and GP, they are the same group. And I said, can you not arrange me a rubber strap on this watch? Oh no, it's not possible. It doesn't exist. It was on a previous model, etc. I said, look, please, can you just find it, because I don't like the watch with the
bracelet.
With the bracelet, and the bracelet of the GP, it's not so good. And he made it, so I could put it on this blue,
but
blue rubber.
It changed it totally.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's perfect. I love it way more than the bracelet.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the pieces here, which is, as you know, it's one of my favorite brands, the Tudor.
Yeah.
When did this sneak in?
So first, I liked more and more Tudor, so I bought the silver one, but after 1 month, I didn't like it. It was like gray on gray. It was a bit boring. So I said, no, I'm not going to go with Tudor. Actually, it's not for me. And I have the Rolex, I have the AP and stuff. So it was not working. And I have a good friend from Germany that I met I met him in a really weird place in Patagonia one day. He was crazy about watches, but not with a big collection. And I met him again like 1 year ago in Germany, and he was crazy about my mosaic Moser, and he said, "Oh, can we exchange for 2 days our watches? You can choose in my collection," and I choose the Moser. Okay, and I choose this watch, exactly the same model with the same strap.
Okay.
And actually, I loved it so much. It was so comfortable. It was so easy to wear. It was just perfect.
It's Black Bay 58, the blue
exactly.
dial.
Black Bay 58, blue dye, blue. It's blue on blue, so it's perfect. And it's small. It's the 39 or 40 millimeters. This one.
This is the 39.
Yeah.
And I have the same one, but the black dial with the red triangle on the top. This is one of the watches which fits
perfectly,
and it's a strap monster, like the one I have, because as well it's a black dial. It's a strap monster. Put anything on it. Yeah. Put rubber. Put NATO. Put anything, and it changes and fits every single event. And as a matter of fact, a very close friend of mine got me introduced to this model. And the day he got me introduced to this model, I was like, man, Tudor is, poor man's Rolex. Yeah, I was thinking that. And when I put it on my wrist, I couldn't believe it. It was perfect. And the value for money is amazing.
It's perfect. I love it. And this NATO is extendable.
Elastic.
So comfortable. And I wanted to buy, I had a little boy 2 years ago. And so he's very lucky because he will get quite good models from his year of birth. Not like me. And this, I wanted the same model, like from the same year of his birth. So this will be his first, like, real watch.
Which is same age as him.
Yeah. So he will wait a long time, 21, 23,
And you're gonna
25, but it will be his first watch.
Yeah, and that's a good concept. I never thought about it. I should look for something same age as my kid as well, and do the same. And let me tell you one more thing. So I love this watch, for example, way more than the Submariner, because I don't like the flutes, the big flutes on the bezel, like the Submariner. For me, it's not looking good. I like the heritage small ones like this one. So yeah, it holds a very, very special, and you wear it frequently, this one.
Yeah, quite a lot actually, because it's very easy to wear. It's true that depending on where you go, if you have a meeting, if you have friends, family, you don't put whatever watches, so you have to be careful. So when I want to be not too bling bling, I just wear the Moser Mosaic or the Tudor. It's perfect.
What brand you would actually never consider buying in this whole journey? And you touched base on most of the watches and watch brands.
Well, there are quite a lot actually that I will never buy, and not because there are bad models or bad watches or bad people working for these watches, but just because I really don't like it. So I would choose three of them.
Okay.
And that would be IWC, Breitling, and FP Journe.
So we overlap in one, which is Breitling. But why? What is the reason behind each and every brand?
So Breitling, I will never buy it. It's a super cool brand, and now they are making more and more effort to be young and to be colorful. They just they are saving, I hope, Universal Genève. Let's see. But I don't know. It's just the character of the watches. I don't like really the design. It's a bit oldish. It's a bit aviator. It's not, for me, it's not fitting actually. So that's it. This is for Breitling. For IWC, I don't know why, but I cannot see an IWC.
You didn't like even the new engineer?
No, like really, really not. I really don't. I don't understand. I have something. I love Formula One. I love cars. I love everything. But I don't know. When I try them, I don't like it.
It never clicked, huh?
No. And I had a funny experience with them actually. One day we had a great event during Watch and Wonders, and we're doing stupid stuff as usual with watches. And at the moment, I said to everyone, I said, okay, from now on, just put the watch you're wearing into your cocktail. So we were like 5 people. Everyone did it.
Oh my God.
And only the guy working for IWC didn't put his, I don't know which model he had, but for sure it was waterproof. He said,
yeah, but he didn't have the confidence maybe.
No, he didn't. And it was a bit like, okay, then I'm sorry, we are having fun. You want to sell watches, just put your cojones on the table, So yeah, that was a funny story with them. But yeah, I don't like the brand. I don't like the concept. It's with a lot of stars, Hamilton stuff, etc. I don't know. I don't feel it good with this.
And what about FP Journe?
FP Journe, I don't know. I really don't understand. So there are fantastic models, of course. They are beautiful. The Resonance, the Tourbillon, they are fantastic. What is the one? The Centigraph or they are fantastic. But for me, it's unwearable. It's too complex. I prefer something to wear every day. Like it can take shocks. It can go a bit in the water, And now the value is too high for these watches. And
yeah, I think that even the one which is, I think it's quartz, like the basic model. It's 60 or 80, I don't recall.
Yeah, but the design in general, it doesn't fit me, so I don't like it. I have 3, 4, 5 friends who owns one that they are fantastic. It suits them perfectly, but for me, it doesn't work. And the worst thing is that one day I picked up one of them with my friend, and the experience was
not
very bad, like very, very bad.
Afterwards, by like days or something, you got your first Patek, right? And the
No,
experience
it was the same
day.
No, it was the same week. We got the call in the same week. So as we are a group, this is 10H10 that now is really doing everything for the group. So it's super cool. It's the PR guy. He's tall, talking a lot of languages, traveling the world. So it's perfect. And he got the call, me too, for my first Patek.
That's a big moment.
And so we said, let's do it the same day. You know, we go first to Jaune, and then we finish, and we go to Patek. So we had the two approaches.
This is a Calatrava 6119G.
Exactly, white gold with the
I love this watch.
anthracite dial.
I love this watch, and I believe it's the most underrated Patek. And even before we shoot, I was asking you regarding the retail price. This is lower in price than 1908 Rolex. I mean, if we put them head to head in terms of being a dress watch and gold case and all of that, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. The movement, it's fantastic.
Texture of the dial as well. It has a texture.
Yeah, and I'm very lucky because as I was working also in Geneva, a friend that I met one day, thanks to them, he is the guy who assembled the Calatrava. This one. So it was super cool. He gave me a book on the watch, and he told me, be careful with the Clou de Paris, white gold. They are fantastic, but if you give like just a little
dent,
whatever, it can damage because it's very, very fragile.
It's very delicate.
But it was super cool to have this experience. He also told me that it's one of the, so they did a big change for them. That as you see, the Patek Philippe movement is in the good side, okay? Because all the previous models, it was the other side, upside down. Because Monsieur Stern was always looking his watches in this way and not in this way like the normal people, I would say. So they changed this. So this one was of the first model making this, it's not an improvement, a changing, I would say.
And you also asked for an orange strap.
Yeah,
right?
So the watch came with an alligator, black one, and it was for me, it's very boring to have
very basic,
very boring. And I said to the guy, so the reception of the watch was the best I've ever had with any dealer. It was fantastic. They offered me plenty of stuff, a very nice pen, very nice, like I will not say because there are so many stuff. People they
told me it was a big bag. So.
Yeah, I will not say everything. The people will get mad if they know the list I received. And I said, oh look, really the strap. You know me. I like the kudu with the green stuff in my Moser. I like the beaver.
Yeah.
Like blue,
lively colors.
So I want something fun, for the watch. They were like, no, but we have a catalog of calf or alligator. I said, no, it's boring.
All dressy. I mean, it's a dress watch, so they are offering only.
So it was super nice. He said, you know what? I choose a gray alligator.
Okay.
That is fitting cool. The black was with it. And he said, you know what? Because you're such a pain in the ass. You will choose from the collection, like bespoke from Patek. So I ordered the rubber, the orange rubber.
I mean, I would have never said that this is a stock or this is an OEM Patek.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful on it. You would never think that a dress watch with an orange rubber strap is gonna be that beautiful. But
for me, a strap, it's really. Unfortunately for the watches, but it makes half of it because the visualization of the watch, you have half of it is the bracelet.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it has to pop up, it has to contrast, to break the rules and stuff, So I was very happy with it.
And sometimes instead of buying a new watch, buying a new strap is gonna give you a different experience. Moving to the most, I think, the craziest part of the collection. So how do you spell it? Urwerk or
Urwerk?
Urwerk. Because Urwerk.
Urwerk 100 UV. So this is crazy. Yeah, this is the most crazy watch of the collection. So while I was doing my bike in Geneva, I was passing in front of Urwerk sign somewhere every day in the city center, And your work was getting my attention because of the dials, because of the
Wandering
movement,
hours.
everything. It was crazy. And the first Geneva Watch Days we did with a group, we were 5 people, and we went to visit all the brands. They showed us all the novelties. So we were passing between stars of YouTube and stuff, but we were not doing any videos, and so it was just for us. So it was so funny because the brands, they were like, who are you? YouTube? No. Instagram? No. No, we are just nerds and we like it. Maybe if you sell it well, we will try to buy a watch. So it was funny because then the approach was spectacular with MBNF, talking with Maximilian Besser, with
the big guys.
with Chapek, with everyone. Everyone is there. You can talk to people and stuff. So it was the same with Hواة. We arrived there. They had all the models and the new model of the year. That was the Ultraviolet, the UR120. And when I tried it, we were like, oh my God, this is
It's a little bit deviated from the taste of the general collection.
Yeah.
And by the way, I love the brand, right? And they have 2 watches which are like on my advanced list, right? One is the UR 220. I don't know if you know it or not. So it's the one which has 1 tip, and this tip goes and has like an air brake system somehow, and then it's 1 tip, not 3, and then the wandering
yeah,
hour.
okay.
Yeah. So this is one. The other one is UR 120, which has the plate with the numbers
the
splitting.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a bit big though, but it's really you feel like Iron Man when you wear this watch. It's like it's really, really fantastic watch.
The experience that Hواة gives you, it's not gonna be given by or provided by any other brand.
Yeah, they are really crazy, these guys. These 2 guys, they are crazy about Star Trek, about space, about how we were getting the hour in the past. So it's super cool. So they're making like really complex watches. They're not complex watches, but they looks like complex, and we like it.
Yeah, but the ones I'm telling you about, it's
very
extremely
complex.
extremely complex, and it's very, very
the
high.
EMC also, they have like crazy heavy pieces.
And
So
but I mean, you just decided to buy it in violet color as well. So
yeah, so what I like I want to have a collection that is very eclectic, So I want a bit of old models, chic, sporty,
colorful, classic. Yeah.
Colorful. It's very important for me also. So, well, I said, okay, I want this watch, but it was too expensive, so I will wait. So 1 year after, I was like, okay, no,
I'm gonna
I need
get
to get it. So I asked them, and they told me the same as Moser. They said, no, we are not selling directly, so you have to check a dealer, So I found it, and I pushed 3 dealers a lot, and one of them just called me one day. He said, look, you're very lucky because there are not so many. We received it, and I don't show it, it's for you because you asked 1 year ago already. So but this is it.
It's a lovely choice. It's a lovely choice. I mean, Wandering Hours was there since pocket watches, but they have done things.
It's a UFO, really. I love it. It's an asymmetrical case. The violet, they try to get the violet as close as the ultraviolet, So, and with the white strap,
it's beautiful.
Perfectly.
It's beautiful. What's gonna be your upcoming big watch? I'm not gonna call it Grail watch for you because it's gonna always get more and more aggressive. As long as we're breathing, it's gonna get more and more aggressive. So what's your next big thing you're looking at?
Yeah, good. So I will never have a great watch as my collection. I want it to be very heteroclite. So I will never have...
It's changing crazy, as well, yeah.
So of course, like crazy complication would be super cool. Fusée chaîne watches like Ferdinand Berthoud kind of stuff. Peterman Beda. All these brands are crazy. I'm not sure I will get it one day, but... this kind of watches, but in general, I prefer just to get every year like one new model that I really like. And
what's like, 2024's model then?
Well, the new one coming, I'm quite super happy with it because it's a brand that if you had asked me last year, it would be in the top 4 of the watches I wouldn't buy.
Oh my God.
This is Cartier. And thanks to the group, one day the marketing team of Cartier called us and said, "Oh, we don't see a lot of Cartier, and how is that?" And I told them, I said, "Look, Cartier for me is the old French, dusty, quartz shit. You know?
Tank, most probably, it's a
horrible.
tank.
When the people, they don't know what to buy, they have a bit of money, they buy a Rolex or a Cartier." So then the guy from the marketing said, "Okay, it's very interesting what you say. Can you give us a chance and come with your group to visit the manufacturer of Cartier so we can show you that it's not only quartz and it's not only dusty, old French style watches." And so we went there. Okay, we will see. Perfect. We had a very great visit of the manufacturer. And I was really impressed how they make the watches. Really impressed. Really, like all the glasses are going through one guy who is putting a fire on it to like.
Yeah, but
and he's working there for 35 years or I don't know what. There were so many stuff like this. All the hands are put with hands by people, and I don't know. And we had the privilege to visit the chalet of Horlo-Ge of Cartier, where you see all the crazy pieces of Cartier.
But keep in mind, I mean, they are the second most selling brand.
Yeah.
And by the way, so I like the Santos Dumont very much, and especially a very special variant. It was yellow gold, and it was limited edition as well.
The micro rotor with the plane, no.
No, not the micro rotor. I'll show it to you and flash it on the screen as well. A friend of mine is convincing me with the new, not really new, but it's 1 year old or 2 years old. The solar tank. So there is a tank now which is solar. They have a couple of good models.
Yeah. So the one I finally, because they changed they did well because they changed my mind. So I'm going to get, like in 2 weeks, Louis Cartier tank in platinum edition, limited edition for Europe. 175 models.
Oh, limited to 170.
Yeah, 175 or 172. I don't know. I have to go to pick up the watch in Geneva. But the dial, it's fantastic. It's blue. There are 2 frames in blue and in platinum. And I was dreaming of a platinum watch in my collection.
Okay.
I have the white gold Daytona Oyster Flex. I didn't talk about it because it's in revision in Geneva now. That I will pick up in the same time as the Cartier. So I'm quite happy with the Cartier. And but after I will continue. I have my little way. I know I will get a Lange & Söhne one day. I know. It will advance.
Vacheron maybe as well.
So there is one Vacheron that I love. It's the 1942 triple calendrier historique. I love this model.
I like the historique in general.
Yeah.
I like the Mercator very much. You know this. I told you. I sincerely love it. Not a fan of the overseas much.
No, me neither. They're a bit fat.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe since we ran out of time, my last question to you would be: any plans for you to do something related to founding a club, replicating what you have done in Switzerland, and do a chapter here maybe under the same brand? I don't know. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I will definitely do a new chapter here in Dubai, as there are a lot of watches collectors, a lot of very good watches also. But I'm still in a period of adaptation
and studying.
So I want to meet more and more people, and more people also that are very heavy in the world of watches here in Geneva, in Dubai, to ask them also what can I do and what I cannot do, because it's not like in Geneva we cannot just let's do this. Here it's Dubai, it's working like a company, you know. So I will ask. I will see where I can go, where I cannot go, and then I will create. But my dream would be to create a salon de l'horlogerie, but not every year or every 2 years, but just always, every day. It's
And a
open.
physical place.
Physical place, open for watches addict, and whatever you want to do about watches,
Great.
you have it. It's just the carrefour of the world of watches. You are from Hong Kong, you're from New York, Geneva, whatever. When you cross, when you travel, you stop by. We talk about watches.
We showcase watches, try on watches. That would be amazing.
Exactly.
That would be great.
And after, of course, it will be a bit more monetized, making contact, links between complicated brands and customers, clients. So the buyers, they can access directly through the brands with networking. So it's networking, and creating a lot of events, a lot of drinks, a lot of restaurants, renting,
A lot of watches.
renting like super nice places just around watches, and not about money. Like there is no fees, there is no nothing. It's just, let's talk about watches.
That's great, and I'm really looking forward. I hope you accept my application whenever you start this up.
For you, it will cost a lot of money.
But yeah, I mean, it's great, and what I love about it, it's that you're mentioning it's gonna be physical place. This is because most of the watch clubs and communities, it's just a virtual event. You do something with the brand. There is no physical face that you can take your pouch of watches and just go meet someone and talk and stuff. No, so that's the beauty about it. But anyway, thank you so much, Julian, for your time. It has been a lovely 1 hour session, and I'm really honored to have you. And I'm looking forward to have more episodes with you. So I think this will definitely happen. Thank you so much for your time. So this episode is going to be available on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. Thank you for joining, and see you next time.